Here we go. Good morning, everybody. It is Coffee and Magic on 107.3. Sammy the House. Jay Ram, a special guest this morning with us, Bill Hernser. Hello, Bill.
Yay, how you doing?
Good. Now, a lot of people don't, who don't know Bill Hernser know that Bill is a stroke survivor.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
No? Yes?
Well, you were supposed to ask me.
Hold on. I'm gonna
Okay.
get the question. I'm gonna introduce you first. I got it, Bill. I got it. Don't worry. Bill came with his own script.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reason this is why I'm telling that he's a stroke survivor, because Bill's a stroke survivor. So certain things, if anyone knows what stroke survivors are like, sometimes certain regular functions are not the most easiest thing. So that's why Bill came to us and says, "Here, ask me this. Don't ask me any stupid off the cuff questions, because I'm not going to be jumping into different subjects." So Bill gave us a cheat sheet, and we'll talk to you about this right now. But I'm just introducing everyone. Bill's a really wonderful man. Also a businessman who's done a lot of fundraisers and a lot of community work, and so we're going to talk to him about another fundraiser that he's having, a really fun one, and his daughter Alli's here as well. Hi Alli, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having us.
Do I have to do a cheat sheet to talk to you also?
I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, so we're going to talk to Bill first and foremost about some stuff. Just so you know, at J-Ram, first time I got to talk to Bill in depth about his stroke, he told me he was hanging around in Austin. Lady Bird Lake is where it happened, if I'm not mistaken, right? You went for a run at Lady Bird Lake, and you're a very healthy man, and he loves to be fit, and it happened there, so it can happen to anyone, am I right, Bill?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. Bill, you are a stroke victim.
No, Sammy. I'm a stroke survivor.
Okay.
My brother Eddie, who is also a stroke survivor too, he had his stroke. He had two different clots, 2 days apart. A year and a half later, I was running on in Austin, and I started my run, but 15 minutes into it, I went down like a rock.
Yeah.
I was hit by a super duper stroke. It was a bleed. I think bleed trumps over two clots. Eddie, I win.
So he's still competing with his brother.
Yep.
So what does a stroke survivor feel like there, Bill?
It was more of a journey, not 2 weeks, but 2 decades at a snail's pace. More up, more down than up, but it gets better. I have a weakness on the right side of my body. I have spasticity where my muscles become stiff or rigid, and I have aphasia where my brain holds my word hostage from time to time.
Bill, so to talk to us today, you pretty much need your notes and your cheat sheets.
Yep, I do.
So let me just continue off script for a little bit, and let me just tell you, Bill has the biggest sense of humor I've ever met, because I've ever seen. Because Bill, it's hard talking to him sometimes, and he knows it. He knows it's hard to talk to Bill. And he still has a good laugh at you, and he laughs at you trying to figure out what he's trying to say. And I'm sure
I don't.
You do, Bill. And I'm sure Bill's probably 10 times as frustrated as we are, but he's still laughing, and he's got a real good sense of humor about it. Bill, I thank you for being here. I know J. Ram's got one more question for you over here.
What's the anniversary that's coming up for you?
I will celebrate my 11th stroke anniversary this December.
Stroke anniversary.
Stroke anniversary.
Yes.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Hey man, well, you survived a stroke.
Yeah.
So Bill, what I want to know is, and again, I messed up the beginning of the interview because I said stroke survivor, when in reality, that's one of the first things that I noticed about Bill. He corrected me. I said by accident myself, I said stroke victim. And for if any of you know that anyone who's been, who's experienced a stroke, they don't like to be called victim. You know, especially if they're still here.
Yeah.
So he's surviving, and you call them survivors, correct?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
All right, so those of you that know, you just learned a fun fact about people that have had a stroke. You call them survivors, you don't call them victims. Very rude, very, very rude. And I learned my lesson the hard way. I didn't get the cheat sheets before I had that conversation. Now you have a 5K coming up.
Well, what else did you want to say there, Bill?
Well,
Sorry.
yeah.
Did I interrupt again?
Yeah,
Damn
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's because you paused. That pause throws me off. Look at him laughing at me. Laughing at me.
I have so much to be thankful for. I have support of my family, my friends, therapists, doctors, and God. Through it all, we have learned that the degree, the severity, and the deficits that follow are different, one stroke survivor to another. We believe that we will find the stroke victims and turn them into stroke survivors.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Good job, Bill. So you have a 5K coming up, and you want to invite everyone out there. Alli's going to help us with this one. Alli.
Good morning.
So big 5K coming up. Your dad. No, you know what? Let's get to know Alli a little bit better.
Right.
Alli, how often do you help your dad out?
Well, you know my dad, so you know he is a very independent person.
Yeah, he is.
But when he does allow us to help him,
Yeah.
there's certain things with the paralysis on one side of the body.
Yeah.
Even though he's as machismo as it gets and wants to open the door or open a cup or a bottle with both hands.
What kind of bottle is he trying to open? Bill!
No, it's
Bill.
not the liquor.
No.
The liquor.
Sure, Bill. Sure, Bill. I don't believe it. Anyway. So yeah, he is independent.
But yeah, I mean, as soon as he was able to get back to driving, even though it was like scary for my mom and scary for us, we don't want him on the roads, scary for everyone around us.
It's the scariest when he calls me from the road. I'm like, Bill!
He's not supposed to be talking and driving.
He's got hands free. He
does have hands
But
free.
yeah, last time we met for lunch, and I'm like, Bill, what are you doing? He's like, I'll call you right now. I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
Silly Bill. Oh, yeah.
But definitely,
How long was it from the actual stroke to driving?
Well,
One.
well, 1 month, but you were in.
No.
He was in rehab
No.
for a few months in Austin and all of that. But once he was able to get back to driving, he still can't see fully out of one eye.
Oh, right, your peripherals.
But he's made the best of it, and he's found a way to
5 months.
about 5 months.
Hold on.
to get back.
Here's you want a real fun fact, J-Ram? It took you 5 months to drive, right?
Yeah.
How long before you could say your first word?
Well, I
See? You see what I mean? Give him a-
no. I talk fully. No.
Very
darn it.
So in the rehab
Yeah.
hospital,
Yeah.
we were all going to visit him, and it was like he was in a coma. It was really scary, but
Yeah.
just out of nowhere, his Spanish came out. And
Oh,
he
snap.
says,
Oh, yes,
he says,
yeah.
"Ta bueno." Like somebody was like, "I'll pray for you, Bill. I'll pray for you," and he's like, "Ta bueno." And so we literally made shirts that say "Ta bueno" on the back because that was like the thing. Like that was the thing he was able to
Yeah.
remember. That's what came out.
But I believe that in one of our earlier conversations, Bill told me it took him about 6 years to get fully functioning with his vocabulary again. So driving in 5 months, talking in about 6 years.
Oh, and ask him how long it took him to like work out again. That
How
was
long-
like the next day.
Oh, it happened while he was taking a run on Lady
Yes,
Bird Lake.
yeah.
So you were already working out the next day after the coma?
Yes.
Oh, Bill. He's always trying to make everyone
That's,
look bad.
but
Well,
no,
but-
that's the kind of attitude you need to have, man. It's not something that's you can't get depressed about it. I mean, you can think about it and all that, but the endorphins have to come back, and you have to keep on moving.
Yeah.
Well, and I think like with every stroke survivor, it's about how much effort they put into it, and for him, that's what he's passionate about, and
Yeah.
so that's why we're having this 5K because he wants the community and other stroke survivors to know that help is out there.
And it's called the F.A.S.T 5K. It's an acronym, F.A.S.T. And
I
anyone,
just want to point out the wonderful transition she just did.
Let's
Oh my
get
God,
back
that
on
was
topic.
great.
She's good. Hey, we need to hear more often.
Wow.
I wish we could do that.
Wow.
As good as you did. A lot of times we stray. Like
I tried to make it seamless, but then they called attention.
Oh
to
no.
We'll start talking. We'll start talking about pickles and penguins and how they kind of like relate. It's weird. All right, Alli. So it's the F.A.S.T 5K. It's an acronym, F.A.S.T. And help me again. Let me see if I can remember. It stands for F. F is. Okay, I forgot.
Faith.
Face.
Yeah, so if you are around anyone that you know, because like you said, it can happen to anyone, healthy, not healthy, old, young. But if you see their face start to droop on one side,
Right.
and then
Telltale sign of a stroke already.
yeah.
And then the A is.
The A is arm. So
Arms.
if one of their arm kind of loses mobility or gets limp, and then the S stands for speech. If their speech is slurred, or if they just start jumbling random words together and the sentence is no longer cohesive, you can tell right away, like, okay, something's up, something's not right. And the T is just, it's time. It's time to call 911.
Yeah.
In my dad's case, since he was running, some runners found him. They called 911.
One runner.
And because they got him, he had his stopwatch on when he was running. So at the hospital, they were calling him like the stopwatch guy, because he didn't have identification on him.
Okay.
And they got him to the hospital in 34 minutes. And even still, 10 years later, he's still trying to rehabilitate. So, and that was only 34 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
So imagine like if your family member has a stroke and you're like, oh yeah, she was acting weird the other day, we never took her in. All the brain cells that get damaged, but the longer you wait to go to the hospital.
So don't wait.
Mhm.
It's again face, arm, speech, and then time.
They say time is brain. The longer you wait, the more brain cells you
Yeah.
get.
Don't wait when it's a stroke. Everybody, call right away. Again, Bill did it in 34 minutes, and he's had extensive damage. But at the same time, he's made so many gains. Is that what I wanted? He gets quick to tell me, hey, calm down with the damage. Bill forgets that he's shown me pictures. And it's funny because out of all these things that he's shown me, he's still working real hard and doing a lot of good things. And of course, I'm fighting with his daughter to be independent, but he knows that he needs a little bit of help sometimes, and they love to help him for it. But now Bill likes to help people out, and so this F.A.S.T 5K, the F.A.S.T 5K, is to benefit the Stroke Survivors Group of Laredo. Now you're helping other people that have been surviving strokes as well.
Yep.
So, is there anything you'd like to? Let's see if we can get something else out of him off the cheat sheet.
I don't know.
Bill, what would you like to say? When is the F.A.S.T 5K? Is this Saturday?
Yes.
Where at?
North Central Park.
North Central Park. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it. North Central Park this Saturday. What time?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but you have to be there by 7 or 7:30.
To get registered.
To register.
Yeah.
To register. And
And wear red, white, and blue because we're honoring veterans.
Okay, honoring veterans for Veterans Day. And there is a small fee to get in that is going to go all towards the survivors group, correct?
Yes.
It's $10 for walkers
Yes.
and $15 for runners.
Nice.
Yeah.
$10 for walkers, $15 for runners. It should be the other way around.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, you want to walk this one? $15. Or you could run. But no, that'd be cool. So there you go. The F.A.S.T 5K happening this weekend. Bill Hernser doing it to benefit the Stroke Survivors Group of Laredo. Alli, thank you so much for always being cool with your dad and taking really care of him. Bill, thanks for having your sense of humor, man, because I know if you were some other man, you probably would have slapped me by now. And I'm aware of that. You've been a good man, and you've always been very friendly and helpful to my family as well. So, Bill, I think that this the stroke not only made you a survivor, it made you a champion for love and compassion, and I think that's awesome. So I wish everybody would know Bill Hernser, and if you don't know him, get to know him at the F.A.S.T 5K this weekend.
The mustache is great.
The mustache is great.
Mustache is beautiful.
You're totally Magnum Tawan. That's your new name, Magnum Tawan.
I will write that off as complimenting.
Yes, it is. It is a compliment. Absolute
it
compliment.
is. By the way, I'm sure this is J. Ram's first time meeting you.
No.
No.
We've been. I mean.
We go back long way.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
like
right.
last year, I think, at this
Yeah.
point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you did come by before, right?
Yeah.
No, but he was there at the.
At the commercial that we were doing.
Oh, that's
also?
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's right. That's
yeah.
right. That's right. So then J. Ram knows Bill
Yeah.
as well, and he can attest to this as well.
Wait, I I
Did you beat him
gave-
up already?
No, I gave him my T-shirt.
Oh
That's
yes,
right,
it
that's
was your shirt.
The
That's
shirt
right.
off your back.
Right.
Right,
Yes.
Yeah. He's like, here, wear this. So for those of you guys that know, and of course J-Ron can probably attest to it too, Bill's a great guy, everybody. Meet Mr. Bill Herntzer, Saturday morning, North Central Park, the Fast 5K. Thank you, Alli. Everyone else, for more questions, is there a phone number or a website or?
LaredoStrokeSupport.com,
Uh-huh.
and we have a really active Facebook page
Okay.
also where we post our events and our monthly meetings, and just trying to make victims into survivors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it, Bill, off the cuff, man, do it. This is my favorite part
Yeah, I
of the
know.
conversation.
He's gonna do his finger.
There we go. That was him thinking.
Facebook at
The Facebook is just Laredo Stroke Support Group.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I just liked it.
Bill, thanks, man. Hey, dude, show me that thinking again. How do you think again? Show me the finger.
No.
Dude, show me the finger. Come on.
Finger.
Show me the
The
finger.
He's
middle one.
recording you.
He's gonna be. He's gonna be like, this is the finger. Anyway, good morning, everybody. It's Coffee and Magic on 107.3. Bill Herntzer, the Fast 5K this weekend. Alli, thanks for visiting us. It's Coffee and Magic on 107.3. We'll be back.
Thank you.
It's awesome. That was awesome.
Guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you go to the restroom?
Do it.
Woo.
You're good.
Woo.
We got through it. We pause this over here.